The Bear is definitely a very interesting narrative, and I didn't think I'd seen this. I couldn't remember having seen it before, so I decided to give it a watch. It actually triggered some memories, so I must have seen this at some point, but I'm generally considering this my first viewing, as I couldn't remember enough of it to really have formed an opinion beforehand. This was released in 1998, directed by Hilary Audus, based on the book by Raymond Briggs, and it is a story about a polar bear. This little girl is at a zoo, and her teddy bear is sitting on the wall, and she accidentally knocks her teddy bear off of the wall, and it goes into the enclosure that has the polar bear. And of course, she's distraught by this. She's very upset. She goes home, she goes to bed, and then at night, the polar bear appears in her bedroom to return the teddy bear. And I'll be honest, the animation in this is beautiful. It's very soft, very delicate, very easy on the eye. But the scene where the polar bear appears in her bedroom, it's really bizarre. There's something about the way that that's animated that I find almost sinister and creepy, and that's not really in keeping with the feel of the rest of the film. So I found that that was a bit odd and could have been done a little bit better, or at least a little bit more consistently. But generally, as a rule, it's a very consistent, very soft, delicate, pleasing style of animation that kind of mirrors the illustrations in the book. And it's all about her spending time with this bear, the bear staying in the home, unbeknownst to her parents largely, and various things that she gets up to with this bear. One of my favourite bits is actually at the very beginning, and I'm not going to spoil anything else, I'm just going to explain this one bit. I believe it's the first morning after the bear has appeared, and she goes downstairs. I think she's having breakfast or something, and then she goes back upstairs, and there's a puddle on the floor, and the bear has obviously urinated on the floor. And I don't know why I found it so funny. I think it's just the way the pee was illustrated. There was just something about it that really amused me. So it's sweet, but it is a bit weird. Like, I feel like if you look at the snowman, that makes sense. This one, not so much. There's also an element of, did this really happen, or is it her imagination? With the snowman, I feel like it really happened. Like, I don't think they're trying to tell a story of a boy's imagination. I genuinely believe it's a fantasy story about a snowman that comes to life. Whereas this one, I don't believe the bear came into her bedroom window. I believe this is her imagination. So it's a different, for me, a different kind of experience to other Raymond Briggs stories. I liked it well enough, but I don't think the narrative is as well fleshed out as, say, The Snowman. I enjoyed it, but it's probably not one I'll watch again, at least not anytime soon. But if you haven't seen it, I'd say it's worth watching at least once.